Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alicia Rivera Rodriguez. I am the young woman that you heard speaking in the video. The single mother was my mom, and the boy you heard speaking was my brother, Isaiah. This was not just a documentary. This is my life, my family, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today to share the genuine impact the Boys and Girls Club can have on a child's life, specifically mine. It's hard to express the full picture of what the club has done for me, and ultimately my future. To explain it well, I need to share with you where I've been, in order for you to know how far I've come. First, I'll say, I do not feel sorry for myself because of my situation. Every experience I had have molded me into the strong, caring, and independent person you see here today. I've come a long way, and I know with support from my friends, family, and the encouragement from my club, I can continue to have many experiences that seemed impossible just a few years ago. I first came to the Boys and Girls Club when I was in the 4th grade. Around this time, my family moved to public housing. We moved to this neighborhood. It was extremely new. I remember feeling anxious about my new environment, wondering if I'd ever feel like I'd fit in. Luckily, there was a little Boys and Girls Club right in the center of my neighborhood. The Boys and Girls Club was a great place to go to hang out with friends, study, and to bond with staff members. A particular staff member who made an impact on my life was the service director of the club. Her name was Miss Susan. She never thought a child was less than. She had high expectations of the kids, even if everyone else around them did not. She truly did an amazing job of implementing the values the Boys and Girls Club stand for. Her and the rest of the club had an amazing, long-lasting effect on my life, and are the reason that I have the opportunity to stand here today. The Boys and Girls Club provided me and many kids with all sorts of fun activities, and a safe place where we could feel like we were part of a family. Coming from a single-parent household, I now realize how important the structure and attention was for me and my siblings. I have such fond memories looking back at it. It was really like a second home. When we weren't at the club, I had to often look after my brother and sister. My mom is the most caring, strong, and selfless person that I know. She did an amazing job of raising us three. But with the personal difficulties she faced, it was like she was doing it with one hand tied behind her back and blindfolded. She still, single-handedly, managed to keep us three happy and healthy. This is why when she started to say or do outrageous things, I was surprised and confused. My mother suffered from psychological disorders such as major depression and anxiety. Sometimes these burdens would cause her to inadvertently act out on certain feelings. I never wanted my younger siblings to have to see the problems that she went through, so I took the brunt of her episodes. I was the oldest, so it was my responsibility to take care of my family. My life got a bit harder as I became a teen. When I was 14, we moved away from where my Boys and Girls Club was, and I didn't have it to go to after school. It was always hard for me to really feel like I fit in, but after I stopped going, it got even harder. After a while, it got to the point where I didn't even want to leave my house. There were times when I feel like I didn't know how to keep going. I just wanted to disappear. But I was a role model for my brother and sister, and my mom would call me her rock. So that's what I would be on the outside, a rock. Though I felt like I was building a cocoon around myself that I go deeper and deeper into, not understanding what it was really doing to me. I kept smiling even though sadness would linger below the surface. As soon as I'd get home from school, I'd isolate myself as much as I could. My grades even started to decline. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. Like I was holding people back just by being around, or I wasn't good enough to deserve or want certain things. I didn't understand at first what separating myself from my friends, family, and club would do to me. These would turn out to be the hardest years of my life. I was really convinced that I found where I belonged, alone. I knew I needed to do something different. I remember how it felt seeing my mom struggle with depression. I remember how it felt knowing that there was something that I could do about it. I knew that if there was going to be a change in her life, that she had to be the one to implement it. It was that feeling that made me decide to take action and change my life. It was not easy, but I told myself I did not want to be in this place anymore. I cannot feel the sadness. So, after 2 years of living pretty exclusively between my bedroom and school, I started going back to the Boys and Girls Club. I was welcomed with open arms. I began attending weekly college prep classes and started to feel hope for the future. I was filling out applications with Miss Susan. We dug through college websites for hours, and we went on tours of some local campuses. I was getting my life back on track, running my way through dual enrollment, maintaining a 3.8 GPA. The truth is, I never would have had the courage to apply to any colleges without Miss Susan. Even through my last years, she never gave up on me. She was definitely relentless. She would call my mom looking for me, and she literally believed in a future that I could not see. She expected greatness from not only me, but every member of our club, no matter what neighborhood we came from. She truly changed my life. I remember when the letter from Rollins College arrived. I was sitting in my bedroom going through letters from other colleges when a bright blue and gold letter stood out. I knew what college it was from just from the colors, so I was more than excited to open it. I ripped open the envelope and sparkles trickled all over me and the floor. After I assured myself that I wasn't hallucinating, I began to read what the letter said, and I only remember my heartbeat increasing as I read the words. Dear Alicia, congratulations. I can't explain to you how happy I was in that moment just to be accepted. I ran to my mom with a trail of sparkles behind me, and we read the letter together. I remember the excitement vividly, but I knew it wasn't something my family could afford. A few weeks later, I received another letter. This letter informed me that Rollins was offering me a yearly scholarship worth more than $65,000. When I showed this letter to my mom, there were tears in my eyes. There were no sparkles to back me up this time, but I think my enthusiasm made up for that. The joy in her eyes matched mine as we both cried. I cannot come up with words to describe how happy I was in this moment. I never believed that going to a school like this would really be a possibility for me. But now, I'm going to have my education paid for one of the best schools in college. I remember having to read it over and over again just to make sure that it was true. I'm proud to say that I've almost completed my first semester at Rollins College. I plan to be majoring in psychology. The school is so beautiful. Sometimes I feel like it's a dream. I just have to go somewhere and sit and take it all in. The courses have been challenging, but I'm learning a lot. I love my teachers and all my classes. I managed to maintain a 3.4 GPA through midterms. Me, a girl from Section 8 housing who just a few years earlier couldn't see a future for herself, is now a freshman at Rollins College on a full scholarship. Now my future is full of great things. I've been through a lot in my life, but the club has not allowed me or my circumstances to stop from reaching my full potential. They were and are a reminder that I can be anything that I want to be. When I couldn't believe in myself, this place where you are sitting today said it doesn't matter where you come from. Last year, they told 15,700 other club members just like me that they have the potential to be great. Since I'm a student at Rollins College, I've decided that it's important to continue to be connected to the Boys and Girls Club, so I've been volunteering at the branch in Eatonville. A few weeks ago, the club members participated in an activity from Spartan Moves program. We talked about what it means to live an exceptional life. The staff explained how hard it really is to be successful, and the truth is, it's even harder when you come from a neighborhood like most of our club members do. After the discussion, we played an activity called Step to the Line. The club members stood on either side of a long piece of tape. Statements were read aloud, and if they related to it, they stepped to the line. If not, they stayed in their place. I learned a lot about the club members that day, and I'd like to share that with you. As I share these questions and responses, I'd like you to think of how you would answer these questions when you were a kid, or how your kids would answer these questions today. We asked our club members to step to the line if their parents were married. 11% of the members stepped to the line. That's 2 out of 18. 19. We asked our club members if anybody in their family had been to jail. 89% of the club members stepped to the line. We ask them to step to the line if they don't live with their father or he's been absent for most of their life. 74% of our club members step to the line. Step to the line if you've ever lost someone you love to drugs, alcohol, or gun violence. 87% of our club members step to the line. Step to the line if your parents read to you regularly when you were younger. Only 27% of our members step to the line. Step to the line if your family member, if you eat dinner with your family mostly every night. Only 7% of our members step to the line. We talked a lot today about the opportunity gaps. It's kind of an abstract concept, but it's what it really means in the lives of our club members. Without the Boys and Girls Club, this is their reality. But with the Boys and Girls Club, they're taught to want more for themselves and are given the guidance and support to achieve their goals. We asked our Boys and Girls Club members to step to the line if they wanted an exceptional life. 100% of our members stepped to the line. The 19 members participating in this experience all wanted something better for themselves. In reality, over 15,700 other club members in Central Florida would step to the line and ask the same question. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you're going through. When they walk through the blue doors of the Boys and Girls Club, there's a staff member there to help them build the foundation to grow the confidence that they need to reach their full potential. Thank you for investing and fighting on behalf of children that you may never get to meet. I am living proof of the impact that you make. I know it's because of someone like you, sitting here today, that I had a place to go that didn't only change my life, but it saved it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to live an exceptional life. Your investment will go far, and I promise I will continue to make you proud. Thank you.